Good morning, everyone. My name is Rabbi Lesser, Director of Pastoral Care here at Gurwin Jewish Nursing and Rehab. I hope everyone is doing well. We are continuing our Oneg Shabbat series this week in the summertime, as we hope as many people could follow the Oneg Shabbat as possible. We know not everyone could always make it every week to our in-person Oneg Shabbat. So this way, you'll still be able to hear and celebrate Shabbat with all of us every morning, Friday morning, every week at 10:30 a.m. We will begin our Oneg Shabbat the way we always begin, with the singing of the song Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem is a song which is customarily sang at the beginning Friday night as we usher in the Shabbat. It speaks about the angels coming to visit us, blessing us, and wishing us a good week as we head into Shabbat, which is the beginning of the week. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Ashares, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Mahalchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Ashares, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'lachem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'lachem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Achuni l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Achuni l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeichem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeichem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This week we read the Torah portion of Chukat and Balak. Chukat refers to the time the Jewish people were in the desert, and Balak refers to the evil plan of the king of Balak. First, we'll speak about Parshat Chukat and what happens in that place. When the Jewish people were in the desert, they started getting used to miracles from God. They were being fed manna from the heaven every single day, and fresh water from the well of Miriam, in the merit of the great prophetess Miriam, Moses' sister, provided water. But with the Miriam's passing, the water dried up. And the Jewish people said, "We have no water to drink in the desert. What will we drink?" And they started to complain to Moshe Rabbi and to Moses. So God told Moses to do something very unusual. He brought him over to a certain rock and said, "Hit the rock, and from the rock, water will come out." He told Moses to speak to the rock, and from the rock, water will come out. Now Moses, for whatever reason, spoke to the rock, but didn't speak to the exact one God wanted him to do. And the scene was the following. Everyone was getting frustrated. Everyone was waiting not so patiently, and Moses crying and saying, "Where's our water? Where's our water?" So Moses, in a little bit of anger, hit the rock instead, and the water came forth. So although it was a great miracle, but Moses did not do exactly what God wanted him to do. And Moses was punished. He was not allowed to go into the land of Israel. The question is, a miracle still occurred. Water coming out of a rock, why does it matter if you speak to it, if you hit it? But there's a deep lesson behind this. God wanted to show the Jewish people, if you want someone from something, just speak to them. Speak to them nicely. Hitting someone or hurting someone is not a way to get them to comply. So if Moses would have spoken to the rock, the lesson would have been from the Jewish people, if you want something from somebody else, you need something, just speak to them nicely and they will give forth the water that you need. But instead, by hitting the rock, a different lesson was taught. A lesson of frustration, a lesson of anger, and for that, Moses was punished.
Nehe Shabbos nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Hishmiyahanu kel hamyuchad Hashem echad u'shmaho echad Shemo seferes v'lizila lechad hodi likras kala Nehe Shabbos nekabela Likra Shabbos l'chuvin elcha Ki mekor haverdacha Meirosh mikedem nesucha Tov maaseh b'machshavot chila Lecha dehodi likras kala Nehe Shabbos nekabela Migdash melech ir melucha Komitzi mitocha hafecha Ravlach sheves yemek habacha V'hu yachamol Alayechem la lecha dehodi Likras kala Nehe Shabbos nekabela Hisnari me'afar kumi Livshi bigdei sifar tehechami Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi geyala Lecha dodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisariri Kiva hareku miori Ori shir daberi Kavod Hashem alayich nigla Lecha dehodi likras kala Nehe Shabbos nekabela Lo se v'oshi v'lo sikami Matish ochachi umatami v'hach yachsu Ani yehami v'nivnisa ir al tila Lecha dehodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hayu limshisa shahos hayich V'rachaku kol mevahalayich Yasis halayich en lokayich Kehim soizcha zana kala Lecha dehodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Yamin usmal tehifrotzi Iyas Hashem tahariti Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi gehala Lecha dehodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Bawi b'shalom atares ba'ala Gambirina uvitzahala Tochemune Am segula bawi kala Adahodi lekras kalov nei Shabbat nekabila.
The second Torah reading of this week is Parshat Balak. Balak is a story of the sorcerer, king of Moab, Balak, and the sorcerer Bilam, who wanted to go and curse the Jewish people. And the story goes on and on, time and time again. Bilam, the sorcerer, tries to curse the Jewish people, but each time he's about to curse them, God puts words of blessing in his mouth. And 3 times Bilam offers sacrifices to curse the Jewish people, yet every time he attempts to curse them, God puts in his mouth blessings for the Jewish people. To the point where Bilam is so frustrated he gives up. And Balak the king goes to him and says, "What's going on over here? I paid you so much money to curse them. Just curse them already. Why are you speaking?" He said, "You have to understand, I'm not speaking. God is putting the words in my mouth." And the lesson we learn from here is, a lot of times we want to do something that we think we're in control. A lot of times we think we're in control of what's around us, our surroundings. Even something like speaking, we're thinking, hey, I'm the one who allows myself to speak. Speech is one of the few things I control, what I say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it. Yet God is telling us, even speech is a gift from me to you. And if you don't use your speech properly, I have the ability to take it away. And it's a reminder to all of us to speak nicely to people, speak properly to people. For after all, even the words that come out of our mouth should not be attributed to us, but to God's kindness to allow us to speak to others. We now end Oneg Shabbat singing the song Adon Olam, which talks about the greatness of God and our trust in God through every day and everything that comes our way in life.
Adon Olam Asher Malach V'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Li'etz Nasa B'chefso Kol Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra V'yacharei Kechlos HaKol Levahado Yimloch Nahora V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh V'hu Yiyeh B'sifara V'hu Echad V'yein Sheni V'hamshila L'hachbira V'li Reishis V'li Sachlis V'lo Ha'oz V'hamisra V'hu Keli V'chai Goali V'tor Chavli V'yetz Nasa V'hu Nisi Umanosli V'nas Kosi B'yom Ekra V'yahado Avkid Ruchi V'yetz Ishon V'yahira V'yem Ruchi G'v'yasin Hado Shemli V'lo Iram. Wish everyone a happy and healthy Shabbat, a great weekend, and we'll see everybody next week.